viewers, welcome to our first concept TV. Headline: I see light at the end of the tunnel as President Tinubu drops a listening ear. Presently, the streets wear somber expression and the prevailing hardship caused by removal of food subsidy has left people feeling confused and disheartened. There is no denying that this is a challenge time for citizens as they grapple with repercussions of this decision. However, let us not overlook the potential gain amidst these trials. The removal of subsidy has compelled the federal government to take sincere action in rectifying the fraudulent practice that have disadvantaged over 200 million citizens in favor of a privileged few. This reward focus on transparency and accountability opens door to enhanced creativity, increased investment in renewable energy, and a surge of hardworking intelligence endeavors from the Nigerian population, which can propel the nation to new heights of prosperity. In response to the crisis, President Tinubu has swiftly introduced numerous measures, including declaring a state of emergency on food and establishing a food commodity and exchange board to support local farmers and their produce. This initiative alone could promise for a bright future and the creation of more employment opportunities, ultimately strengthening the nation's economic landscape. Furthermore, investing in renewable energy source represents a blessing in itself. By gradually reducing dependence on fossil fuel, Nigeria can pave the way for a cleaner, healthy environment with unpopulated air and contribute to a global effort in combating climate change. Now, we learn that state and the FG have about 2 trillion in monthly revenue to share, bringing to the forefront the necessity for citizens to hold their state governors accountable who are tasked with meeting citizens' needs at the grassroots level. Massive plans for infrastructure are on the way, which would further alleviate the present burden. Just yesterday, the president announced that President Bola Tinubu has approved the establishment of the Infrastructure Support Fund (IFC) for 36 states of the federation as part of measures to cushion the effects of the petrol subsidy removal on the people. The approval was disclosed at the monthly meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAAAC) on Thursday, July 20, 2023 in Abuja. The new infrastructure fund will enable the state to intervene and invest the critical areas of transportation, including farm to market road improvement, agriculture, encompassing livestock and ranching solution, health with a focus on basic health care, education, especially basic education, power and water resources that will improve economic competitiveness, create jobs, and deliver economic prosperity for Nigeria. The committee also resolved to save a portion of the monthly distributable process to minimize the impact of the increase in revenue occasioned by the subsidy removed, and exchange rate on fiction on money supply as well as inflation and exchange rate. Out of the June 2023 distributable revenue of 1.9 trillion naira, only 907 billion will be distributed among the three tiers of government, while 790 million will be saved and the rest will be used for statutory deduction. These savings will complete the efforts of the Infrastructure Support Fund (ISF) and other existing and planned fiscal measures, all aimed at ensuring that the subsidy removals translate into tangible improvements in the lives and living standard of the Nigerians. In the period of uncertainty, it is essential to recognize that President Tinubu's administration is not turning a deaf ear to challenges faced by Nigerian people. The removal of free subsidy has undeniably posed difficulties, but the government focus on transparency and alright, viewers, you have listened to today's news. The headline says, I see light at the end of the tunnel as President Tinubu drops a listening ear. Hmm, okay, we have comments. Let's read comment from people. Somebody here says, sycophants everywhere. You have not even entered the tunnel yet and you are seeing the end of the tunnel. My brother, Tayao. Somebody here says, it will come very soon, just like when Abacha planned GSM, Obasanjo executed it, GEJ continued with it, and SIM card cost Steam 50k, 100k. How much is it now free? We shall all smile and laugh together if you believe, say amen. Amen. Somebody here says, But truth true, how can Tinubu, according to the article, carry two countries' passports, come sit down as Nigerian president? It's not proper now. Reason and well and see as he be. Please, sir. What we are reading, see what you people are saying. Oh God, this person that just commented speaking. What is wrong with Nigerian cruise? Somebody here says the president's pitfall will be deadly in civil servants palliative being held handled by vice. Opposition will seize the delay to sow seed of discord and element of surprise. Package will be meant by passive acknowledgement. The enthusiasm is at lowest ebb, and he should not forget the petitioner. The president should cover all ground before opposition steps in. The vice president is slow on the assignment. Civil servants are getting impatient. Somebody else says, may God let this good happen. Somebody else says, we are still going to enjoy this our beautiful country together. Somebody else says, this person that compelled this nonsense is mad. And I hope this okay. Somebody else, as long as they are not planning to build refineries, they are not ready to solve Nigerian problem. Our problem for now is lack of stable electricity and refineries. Somebody has said lights that did not shine at the beginning of the tunnel cannot lead us to the end of the tunnel. That's now olden days proverb. Stop deceiving us. Oh God, stop deceiving us. We have wise up. Somebody here says Tinubu has begun to show lack of capacity to fund solution to the problem on ground. Rather, he is compounding the problem. You are placing people money in the hand of the governors. Tinubu, what is that you are doing? How can he be? You want to do palliative? You're saying people to do transfer. God, do transfer. Unless you transfer all the money. You want to do this one? You want to do all these things? You have waited and start where for where you just jump, brah. You jump like Mayweather. Now everybody's suffering it. Everybody is eating out of the hot cake. You're all shopping it. I really don't understand. What listening here? What listening here is are they saying that is giving us listening? The way he runs this thing himself is not good at all. People are suffering, no. People are suffering, no. Hey, okay. Somebody here says Tinubu okay. Somebody here says when we are at the receiving end as ordinary Nigerians. Somebody here says the end of this tunnel will never come in Nigeria. Forget about it. I don't blame people because with what is going on and how people are managing to survive is really heartbreaking. And you don't blame them when they say some certain things. You don't blame them when things are not really going the way you planned. When you plan something else and you are getting something else in return, it's really really frustrating. It is so. The president should have waited. Plan this thing. You don't just jump into office and start changing it. You should have strategized. I don't even know if he strategized before he start this whole thing before he started. Because right now, people are suffering like mad. Alright, viewers, we have come to the end of today's news. Please go to the comment section. Let's know what your views are. Thank you for listening.